Americans doing this. When crossing the English Channel by car ferry from our start point in London to France, why do we have to get a ferry? And why do we have to put our watches forward an hour when we get to France? Oh, boy. Well, in defense of the ferry thing, you could take the Channel, right? Heading out on a day trip to a glacier cave on top of a snow-capped mountain, 4,000 meters above sea level. Will it be cold? After explaining in detail, dinner will be a 4-cheese fondue. The cheese is made from local cows we passed earlier in the day. Someone inevitably would ask, is there dairy in it? I hate how I know I would ask half of these. My all-time favorite and surprisingly most frequently asked, if I call my mom, will she be home? Is that like a time zone? Would love to see you, Nia, and the entire wonderful family in Aussie again. We're here, we're waiting. I would love to go back out there. Who did I recently see? Somebody else, another great, other than Bon Scott, is buried in Perth. Heath Ledger! All right. Hey, Billy Dad Dick. Historical guide. Oh, here we go. Berlin, Germany. All right, here we go. In the spirit of your challenge to the listeners of the Monday Morning Podcast, I wanted to share with you the top 5 dumbest questions I had over the years as a historical tour guide in Berlin, Germany. Before COVID, I got to greet and lead groups of people from around the world on tours through the city. Below, I give my 5 dumbest questions along with a brief explanation about what makes them so idiotic. Well, in a way, you think we're all dumb because we don't get it. All right. Okay. So why did the Nazis build the Berlin Wall? All right. The Berlin Wall, which I clearly announced to the whole group, was built well after the Second World War in 1961. It was built by the communist East German states, and the Nazis had been out of power for 16 years when it went up. I tell them that all the info about the wall before I turn a corner where they can see it, because instantly they take out their phones and take pictures and stop listening. Oh, that's a smart move. Number 2, are there any streets still named after Hitler or any other leaders? It's a fair enough question. You got neo-Nazis over there. Maybe they got something. A little gazebo. The official Adolf Hitler gazebo? Obviously not. While former Nazis continue to live in both post-war German states and even serve in some government positions, to the knowledge of the U.S. and the USSR, statues to Nazis, swastika symbols in public, and street names were changed. What does that think about this? And even serve in government positions to the knowledge of the U.S. and the USSR. Oh, we know that? But what about the Mossad? Wouldn't they go and get them? Those are great dogs. The Mossad's Nazi hunting. Any rednecks out there? You think going on some elk hunt is some scary shit? It's a smart animal, man. Gets them antlers going. All right. You should check that out. All right. Oh, here's a good one. Why didn't people just go around the Berlin Wall? I always wondered how long it was. You know, I saw it like, it's just like, it's a fucking wall. I mean, look how our wall's working. All right, why didn't people just go around the wall? People really don't think about this one. The wall encircled West Berlin. I didn't know that. I thought that we divided the entire country of Germany. And I thought the east side was the Russians, and I thought the west side was ours. But then they would have to build a whole fucking wall the entire length. So So after the war, because the U.S. and Russia were allies, we divvied up Berlin, and they got half the city, and they had to build a wall to keep their people in. I mean, right then we had to know that we were going to win the Cold War. You know what? I'm not going to even pretend I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought it was a straight wall that went up to the fucking border and down. That's what I thought. I didn't know it was a complete circle. Well, there you go. Who knew? You know, a lot of people think the Tower Bridge is the London Bridge. There's a lot of shit out there that people don't know. All right. People really don't think about this. The wall encircled West Berlin, making it impossible for East Germans to get into West Berlin, potentially escaping to West German proper. Again, I clearly explained to them and showed them maps how the system was built. Yet people still ask if there was a way they could go around at 160-kilometer encirclement of guard towers, razor wire, and concrete barriers. All right, well, that's a little different. Where can I buy an old SS uniform or Nazi memorabilia in the city? In defense of that question, you could still go down south and buy some old Confederate shit, and they lost. All that stuff is illegal in modern Germany. Sure, there are some people who still have their great-grandfather's copy of Mein Kampf, but you don't see World War II battle reenactments like the U.S. and the Civil War and the glorification of Confederate leaders. No, we do not. God knows in a lot of ways, yeah, but we're all guilty. That was way worse. Well, didn't you guys like kind of cheat off of us with what we did to the Native Americans for when you started doing the horrible shit to Jewish people? Do you know there's a stadium over there, Zeppelin Stadium? That's the famous one where they had the swastika and they showed them blowing it up. That beautiful stadium that was used for horrible things when Hitler's making those speeches and you see all those divisions so perfectly lined up in those Hugo Boss uniforms. That place still exists. And when I was over there, they told me they're not maintaining it and they're not going to tear it down. They're just letting it go away. So if you go over there at your own risk, you can go into that stadium. I mean, God knows when it starts, big concrete crumples on you. You can stand right where that lunatic gave those speeches. And I'd be lying to you, that for some morbid reason, you know, and just World War II, just the history of it, I would do that. And I do a podcast for it. No, I wouldn't do that. All right, number 5, lastly. So, you like it here? They ask you if you like it in your country. I'm not originally from Germany, but I emigrated here many years ago. I am a citizen here now and speak the language fluently. This is a particularly dumb question because if I didn't like it here, why the fuck would I have stayed and settled here? Or were they expecting me to tell them, no, I don't like it here? Jesus Christ. Anyway, congrats on the growing family. I've been listening to the podcast on and off since 2014 when I made a good friend from Massachusetts while working together in Seoul, South Korea. This dude has been around. That's amazing. I love hearing from people from around the world. I mean, that right there, you probably got more information on this fucking podcast about all of these goddamn places than CNN, Fox, whatever fucking Trump's going to come up with. That's going to be interesting, right? Trump's starting it. He already fucking started the USFL to go, or helped it, right? To go up against the NFL. So maybe I think he does it with this news channel. Then that's going to be weird because then Fox, who backed Trump, is now going to have to get into it with them, right? I mean, I'm not into 24-hour news network left or right, but that's going to be interesting. But I will tell you this, I have to get the fuck out of here because I got shit to do. Thank you to everybody at the Troubadour for letting me come down here again. Thank you to you guys for having a sense of humor, listening to this podcast, and maybe buying a poster, helping these people out so that when all of this fucking shit is over, this place will still be here, and you'll see, hopefully, your next famous favorite bands on their way up. That's it. Have a great weekend, you cunts. Oh, this is the Monday morning podcast? Oh, sorry. I'll check in on you. Go fuck yourselves. I'll check in on you on Thursday. I'll see you. Au revoir.